Hey everyone, Kevin Lewis here with Home Life Benchmark Realty, and it's time for your October 2019 Fraser Valley Real Estate Update. Over the last year or so, we've seen the market really slow down on a month-to-month and year-to-year basis. However, the last 3 months, we've actually seen 2019 outperforming 2018 in the number of sales. Speaking of year-to-year comparisons, we are down about 5% overall across the board for prices for September 2019 compares to September 2018. However, as I just mentioned, we did see the activity increase this month, and we've seen the prices from a month-to-month basis basically become negligible, meaning that the brunt of the price decrease is likely over with, and we're probably going to see some stability for the near future. Price stability is also indicative of balance in the marketplace, and another indicator that we are in a balanced marketplace is the fact that we're sitting at an 18% sales to active ratio. This means that 18% of homes that are listed on the market are selling in a given month. This very much means that it's a balanced market, as anything below 12% is considered to be a buyer's market, and anything above 20% is considered to be a seller's market. Now, of course, the last few years prior to this last year had been extreme sellers markets where we saw sales to active ratios even over 100%, which means that more homes were selling in a given month than were even being listed. That's by all means not normal, and that's the reason why prices did skyrocket as quickly as they did and got as high as they did, which, as I've said before as well, was higher than they probably ever should have been. And that's the main reason that I think that prices have started to come down over the last year or so, because the market wants to achieve balance. Markets around the world are all about balance, and when a market becomes inflated, it typically does come down, and I believe that's what's happening in our market, which, again, as I've said, is more reason to believe that there is balance in the market. Balance is great for a real estate market because it gives us predictability. It gives sellers a fair chance to get a good price for their home, and it also gives buyers the fair chance to have the time to make sure that they're doing their due diligence, to make sure that they really do want to go through with the purchase of that house, and it forces less buyers to get into subject-free offers, which, to be honest, I'm not a huge fan of in the first place. One thing on the recent activity that we have seen increasing that may be attributing to that is the fact that we have had such a slow year prior to that. Now, I typically believe that there are X number of buyers that are going to be buying in any given time. However, things change and external factors come in, and having a market where prices are coming down and sales are at almost all-time lows for monthly values, it makes a lot of buyers hesitant to get into the market. And the recent activity has seen that a lot of those buyers that I feel should have bought in the springtime or even last fall, that were waiting, finally decided to pull the trigger. This could mean that we're going to see a slower winter this year, as a lot of those buyers that have made this fall a little bit more activity than we expected to see have already purchased, and we're probably going to go back to our regular buyers that should have been buying at this time anyways. If we do see this little bit more of a drop in sales into the winter, which we will see month-to-month drop in sales because that happens every single year. Winter tends to be the slowest time of the year for real estate, no matter what the market's doing. But I'm talking compared to previous winters. If we do see things become a little bit lower than what we've seen September and August compared to the 10-year averages, I do suspect we will see prices slip a little bit, but I wouldn't be anything too significant that if you find the right property now, I don't think you're going to be missing on a deal of your lifetime if you had to wait 2-3 months. We're talking a couple percent tops. So if you do find something that's right for you right now, I wouldn't hesitate to pull the trigger. But at the same time, I certainly wouldn't rush to get into anything, and I wouldn't buy something that just doesn't feel right just because you think it's a good deal and you have to get in right now, because the market's not likely to increase in price by any significant amount in the near future. So does a slower market mean that it's a bad time necessarily to sell your home? Well, it really depends on what your plan is. If you're talking about selling an investment property that you have no need to sell, you don't need the money from the proceeds from the sale for any purpose, and you've got a tenant in there, I would say hold on to that property until prices start to come up again. However, if you're looking to sell your primary residence, the home you live in, and move into another home, now could be a fantastic time to do so because everything is relative. So whatever home you're going to be buying into has come down the same amount that your home has, or give or take certain ratios. In some cases, it may have come to the home that you want to buy may have come down a higher percentage than the home that you currently own. Perfect example of this would be somebody moving from a townhouse up to a detached home. It may be a better time to buy now than it would have even 2 years ago, when maybe it could have sold for $50,000 more, but you would have paid $100,000 more for that next home. So like always, your situation is unique to you, and I can't answer your questions if I don't have your specific questions or your specific details. So this video is a general idea of what's happening in the market. Your home may be acting differently. Your neighborhood may be a little bit different than the overall Fraser Valley market. So make sure you get in touch with me, 604-218-5635, or email me at kevin@kevinlewis.com, or any way you want to contact me, whether it's in the comments below. Any which way, I'm always happy to help and give you the advice, and consultations are always free. The only time that you pay anything is once we're in a contract to get your home sold. Otherwise, my services are free to you, so why not use them? I look forward to hearing from you guys in the comments below, or in however which way you want to get in touch with me. Thanks for tuning in, and have a great day.